Hello, Fix It fans. Now today I'm just doing a little video just to show what's coming next to the channel because I've just got these, or rather my missus has just got these for me. Now in this box here is a set of Tangent acoustic Monitor 7 two-way speakers, bookshelf speakers, and my missus has got these from someone off Facebook, and she has paid no money for them. All she has paid is the postage. So they are really a free set of speakers, although my missus has paid the postage to get them here. So that is all they have cost, the postage. So how come they was free? Well, one of them doesn't work. The woman who my missus got 'em off said her husband was decorating and he took 'em down off some wall brackets and was decorating, and then when he's gone to put 'em back up, he's dropped one. And when I say dropped one, I don't mean he has done a fart that was so smelly that one of the speakers packed up. I don't mean that. I mean he has actually dropped one and he's hit the ground and it is no longer working. So the woman put them on Facebook free to anyone who wants to go and collect them, a free set of speakers. So my missus messaged that person and said, if I pay the postage, would you send them to me? And the woman said yes. So here they are, and we have only paid the postage. So if you don't know who Tangent Acoustics are, they are an English company that made a lot of quality stuff through the 70s and the 80s, but by the late 80s they no longer existed. So I don't know if they went bankrupt or was taken over by someone or something like that, but after the very late 80s you could not buy anything made by Tangent Acoustics UK. Now you can still buy modern, brand new Tangent stuff, but that is a different company. That one you can buy now is not Tangent Acoustics UK. Tangent Acoustics had gone by the late 80s. But they did make some really nice quality gear. I've had some of it before. It's really good gear, Tangent Acoustic stuff. And they didn't just make speakers, they made all the stuff. I've had an amplifier made by them before that was pretty good, and I've had a record deck made by them before that was really good. So they did make all the hi-fi equipment, and some of it, especially the stuff from the 70s, is quite sought after. Some of their speakers from the 70s are worth really big money and people really rate it. I rate it. A lot of their stuff is really, really good and really high end. Now, I'm not sure where these speakers are going to fit into that. They should be quite good because I don't think Tangent Acoustics UK made budget gear. I think all their stuff was pretty good quality. They didn't make nothing that was rubbish. It was all good quality stuff. So these speakers should have some quality to them. And that's really heavy, that speaker. For a little bookshelf, that's got a lot of weight to it, that speaker. So there should be some nice bits inside that because of the weight of it. And as you saw by the back, it is all by wire. It's got its links in there. And that tweeter there is a really good tweeter. Big dome tweeter. I've had that in a set of floor standards, so I know that tweeter is a real quality tweeter. And they did make their own drivers and tweeters, but a lot of the stuff they fitted in their speakers they bought in from Kef or Audax or other high-end speaker brands. And then they made their own cabinets and they made all their own crossovers to go in them. So a lot of the speakers were bought in from other places. So you might find when I open these up, that driver and that tweeter is not made by Tangent Acoustics UK. It could be made by Kef or one of the other quality speaker makers. So it'd be interesting when I open these up to find out what's in it. Are they Tangent Acoustics UK's own driver and tweeter, or are they ones bought in from somewhere else? And to me, looking at that driver has got a Kef look to it. It really looks like a little Kef driver. But that tweeter doesn't look like a Kef, so it'd be interesting to find out who made that tweeter. And you can see there on this one, that is the damage where the clumsy man dropped this one while carrying it up a step ladder. So it's hit the floor and stopped working. And apparently they was both working good until the man dropped it. So it's got a nice set of by-wire terminals on the back of it and a nice big port sticking out the back. And this cabinet feels really well made. It is a vinyl wrap, it is not wood, but they feel really nice and sturdy, these cabinets. They do feel like a well-made thing. So let me get my tape measure and we'll see how big these are. Because they are not the tiny little bookshelves, they have got a little bit of size to them. So they are just under 12 inches tall, so they're about a foot tall. And width-wise, they are just over 7 inches wide. So that driver is 5 inches, so they got a 5-inch driver in them. And that's a big dome tweeter there. Let's measure how big that is. That is a 30mm, so that's a big tweeter in there, 30mm dome tweeter. That's a big tweeter for a smallish bookshelf speaker. So let's do the depth, and they are quite deep actually, these speakers. They are 9.5 inches deep, so they have got a nice bit of depth to them. So it's quite a biggish cabinet really. There's a fair bit of volume in there because of that depth. It's deeper than a lot of bookshelves. And with that port out the back, these things should have a nice sound. And you might find that when you get a speaker like this sort of size, with the port out the back, sometimes speakers like this do sound better if you put them on stands. Nice set of stands, about 2 foot tall or something like this, might really get the best sound out of a set of speakers like this. I haven't got no stands at the moment, but I do keep looking on the computer. If a set come up cheap, local, I'm going to buy some stands, because I think there's something I could do with on the channel, so you can try different speakers on different stands. So, as the channel grows, I will get some stands to start playing about with. Because it is amazing how different height and different size stands can really improve the sound of the speakers. Some speakers don't work that well on stands, and others really work well. So a set of stands is something good to have a little play around with. So I will try and get some different size stands for the channel, and then we can test different speakers out with different stands. And you can see there that damage on the corner. Oh, it's a shame that's happened, because these things would have been in really nice condition before that happened. But I suppose without that happening, I would have never got them. So if I can get this speaker working and it sounds nice, I will try and repair that corner, because you could clamp all that back into place, glue it, and then dye it brown again with a bit of wood dye, and maybe put the black lines on it with like a Sharpie pen or something. And alright, it won't look perfect, but it might look a lot better than it does at the moment with the big ding in the corner. Or if these speakers are really nice sounding and I really like them, then I shall do a bit more of a professional style repair on that corner. but I'll make me mind up what I'm gonna do once I've heard these things going, because obviously if they're not that good, I'm not gonna put a load of time into sorting that corner out. But if they are very good, then I shall put a bit of time into these and try and sort that corner out as best as I can. But obviously, if they sound crap, then I shall just leave that corner as it is and will not even bother doing anything with it. But I don't think these speakers will sound crap. Just look at them. They are just oozing quality, them speakers. They do look like a really nice set of bookshelves. I am liking them, and the grills are good. Alright, one of the clips has broken off on the corner, but apart from that, these front grills look really good on them. So the power rating of these speakers, they are maximum power 90 watts at 8 ohms. So they can take 90 watts of power. But where there's small bookshelves rated at 90 watts, I wouldn't put 90 watts into these because it'd probably be too much for them. Although they can handle it, these will probably sound better with something like 50 or 60 watts going into them. You might even find they sound better with like 40 watts going into them. Because that power rating on the speakers, that is the rating that they can handle, the maximum power you want to put in them. That is not like what power they need going into them to sound their best. You'd normally find, say, a speaker like this, 90 watts power, put like 50 watts into them, you'll get the best sound out of them. If you had an amplifier that is 90 watts, then you don't want something like this on them. You want speakers that are rated at like 120 watts or 150 watts. And then by putting 90 watts into them, you'll probably get the best sound out of them. Never match the watts on your amplifier and your speakers. Always try and have your speakers rated a little bit more than your amplifier is rated at. And 9 times out of 10, that will give you a better sound out of your speakers. Not all the time, sometimes you put matching amps and speakers together, they work really well. Especially if you've got a big box speaker with a massive driver in it, then sometimes you match that close, it works really well. But when you've got little drivers like this, matching the speakers with the amplifier is not that good because it just overwhelms these speakers. It just chokes them up with too much power. So as a rule, I would say if you're looking to buy yourself a new set of speakers and you're looking at smallest bookshelves, always try and have your speakers rated at a bit more power than your amplifier, and then you have got more chance of getting the best out of them speakers. And I would say this, if you're looking to buy new speakers at the minute, if you know your old ones are not very good, then yeah, fair enough, get yourself a new set of speakers. But if you think your speakers are quite good, but they just don't sound that good to you, then open them up, check all the connections. If they've got spade connections, take them off, clean them, tighten them up a little bit, put them back on. Make sure all the screws are nice and tight in the driver and the tweeter. And then play around with the positioning in your room. Maybe make some stands out of books and put them on them, or do whatever. Just spend an afternoon playing around with the position of them and all that. Once you know all the connections and that are good inside, you just might find that you play around with them, putting them in different places and that, you will suddenly find that your speakers start singing and you don't need a new set. It's amazing how many sets of speakers out there have a little loose connection or things like that in them, which really does affect the sound. So if you're on a bit of a tight budget and you haven't got no money and you could really do without buying a new set of speakers, then just play around with what you've got. Make sure they are working as good as they can do, and then just move them about and play around with them. And you just might find that you don't need new speakers. It's different if you just fancy getting a new set of speakers because you're a bit bored of your old ones and you just fancy getting a new set, then that's different. If you're in that situation, then yeah, go and buy a new set of speakers because there is nothing better than getting a new set of speakers to play around with. I'm looking forward to playing around with my new tangents because these things look really good quality. So the next time you see these tangents, they will be back on the channel where I will be opening them up, going right through them and trying to find out what is wrong with them. So thank you for watching and I shall see you next time.